Have you ever felt like something in your life just doesn't fit? I'm not talking about a bad day or a simple argument. I mean that deep, persistent feeling, like a whisper echoing in the back of your mind saying, "This isn't right. You need to walk away." You might not be able to explain it, but it lingers like a shadow following you around, quietly urging you to pay attention. Stay with me, because what we're about to explore might change everything for you. Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds to ever explore the human soul, discovered something powerful. These hidden signals aren't just random. They're messages from your unconscious, calling you to let go, to heal, and to reconnect with who you really are. And if you're here listening right now, it's because some part of you already knows that. You're ready to uncover what your inner world has been trying to tell you. This isn't just another video. It's a journey back to your truth. Picture this for a second. You're going about your daily life, moving through your routine, and suddenly, you feel a heaviness. Not in your body. You can't touch it, but it's there. Maybe it's a relationship that drains you. Maybe it's a friendship that constantly makes you question yourself. Or even a routine that slowly dims your light. Sound familiar? Jung would say that this weight is no accident. It's your unconscious sending up a red flag. A warning that says, stop, look inward. And here's the first big truth Jung taught us. Everything you feel, everything you live, is born from your inner world. And if you don't listen, if you keep ignoring the signals, that weight you're feeling will only get heavier. So think about this. How many times have you felt that inner voice trying to warn you? Maybe it was about a romantic partner who, on the surface, seemed perfect. They said all the right things, did all the right gestures, but something in your chest felt empty. Or maybe it's that friend who's always around, but after every hangout, you feel completely drained, like they took a piece of your energy with them. Jung taught us that these aren't just coincidences. They're the language of the unconscious, symbols, emotions, gut feelings that might not make logical sense, but deep down, you know they're real. Let me ask you something important. What signals have you been ignoring? Let's pause for a second. Take a deep breath. Yes, you, right now. Close your eyes for a moment and think about that person, that situation, that place in your life that makes you feel uneasy, even if you don't fully understand why. Got it in your mind? Good. Because what you're feeling isn't some random mood. According to Jung, it's your shadow trying to rise to the surface. Your shadow is that hidden part of you, the version of yourself you repress, deny, or refuse to face. And here's the part most people don't want to hear. The shadow doesn't stay quiet. If you keep pushing it away, it starts showing up in your life in unexpected ways. How? In relationships that hurt you, in decisions that pull you further away from your true self, in that unexplained exhaustion that no amount of sleep can fix. Let me share something personal with you. There was a time in my life when I was stuck in a relationship that, from the outside, seemed perfect. Everyone would say things like, "You're so lucky. You two are great together." But inside, I knew something was off. Every time I was around that person, I felt dimmed, as if a part of me vanished. I couldn't quite explain it, but my energy was disappearing. Then, one day, while reading Jung, it finally clicked. My unconscious had been screaming at me to walk away. That relationship wasn't aligned with my essence. It was suffocating my truth. And when I finally let it go, it felt like I could breathe again. Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever felt like someone or something was slowly stealing your light, but you stayed anyway because you felt like you should? Jung called this the dialogue between consciousness and the unconscious. It's like your mind is split in two, the part you see and try to control, and the part that's hidden, far more powerful, yet often ignored. And this hidden part doesn't speak in polite words or clear logic. It speaks through sensations, through strange dreams, through that tight knot in your stomach that appears for no reason. When was the last time you felt that knot? Think about it, because that feeling might be the very key to what you need to let go of. Now imagine you're standing at a crossroads. One path is lit up, familiar, comfortable. It's the path everyone expects you to take. Stay in that relationship. Keep that job. Don't stir the waters. The other path? It's darker, uncertain, maybe even a little scary. But deep inside, something is pulling you toward it. Jung would say that second path, the unknown one, is where your real growth lies. Because growth doesn't come from comfort. It comes from facing what scares you, from confronting what challenges you, from daring to look your shadow straight in the eye. So let me ask you, right now, what path are you choosing in your life? The safe one or the one that's calling you? Even if you don't fully understand why. Let's go deeper into this idea of the shadow, because Jung believed it was essential. Every one of us has one. Your shadow might be your hidden anger, your fear of rejection, that insecurity you hide behind a smile. And here's the danger. When you deny your shadow, it doesn't disappear. It sneaks into your life in ways you can't control. Ever snapped at someone and had no idea why? Or found yourself stuck in the same type of painful relationship over and over? That's your shadow screaming, "Look at me. I need to be seen. I need to be integrated." Jung said integration doesn't mean perfection. It means acceptance, understanding, using your shadow as a bridge toward healing. Think about the people around you right now. Is there someone who constantly pushes your buttons? Maybe a coworker who always criticizes you, or a family member who knows exactly how to get under your skin. According to Jung, that's not a coincidence. That person is a mirror. What bothers you in them is often something unresolved within yourself. What would happen if, instead of fighting with them, you paused and asked yourself, what is this reflecting back to me? That's the magic of Jung's teachings, turning emotional chaos into self-awareness. Now here's another truth that might shake you. Your energy is sacred. Yes, you heard that right. Sacred. Your energy, your spark, the thing that gets you out of bed, that helps you dream, love, create. It's yours, and yours alone. But how many times have you handed it over to someone else? How often have you let someone drain you, just because you thought you had to stay, or be nice, or keep the peace? Jung would say that every time you let that happen, you're telling your unconscious, "I don't matter enough." And that, my friend, is a lie you must stop believing. Starting today, let's try something real quick. Think of someone in your life who always leaves you feeling drained. Got it? Now picture them as an energy vampire, not in the fantasy sense, but in how they affect you. Every conversation, every interaction takes a little more from you. Why do you keep allowing that? Is it fear of being alone? Guilt? Or maybe you just don't know how to set boundaries. Jung invites us to protect our energy, not out of selfishness, but out of self-love. Because when you start guarding your energy, you begin to live from a place of strength, not depletion. Now, let me be honest with you. This isn't easy. Listening to your unconscious, facing your shadow, letting go of what no longer serves you. It takes courage. But here's the gift. When you do it, something changes. Your life begins to feel lighter, more aligned. And those hidden signals you once ignored, they become your compass. So let me ask you again, what are you willing to release today so that your inner healing can begin? Think about it as we keep walking this path together. If you've made it this far, it means some part of you is ready to go deeper. So let's keep exploring these hidden signs Carl Jung taught us to recognize, because believe me, your unconscious has a lot more to say. Have you ever felt like a relationship in your life is like swimming against the current? You give it everything you've got. You try to make it work. But every step feels like a struggle. Misunderstandings, arguments, that constant sense that no matter how hard you try, something is just broken. Listen closely. Jung would say that this chaos isn't bad luck. It's your unconscious placing you face to face with a hard truth. This relationship isn't aligned with who you truly are. Have you ever been in a relationship that just doesn't feel aligned with who you truly are? Pause for a second. Think of someone you constantly feel resistance around. Got that person in mind. Now imagine that every challenge with them isn't the universe punishing you, but trying to tell you something. Carl Jung believed that our relationships are mirrors of our inner world. So if there's constant conflict, if you feel like you have to force yourself to fit, it's not just a rough patch, it's a message, a sign that this connection may be pulling you away from your essence. And now comes the hard question. What are you sacrificing just to keep this relationship alive? Let me give you an example that might hit home. Imagine being with someone who claims to love you, but only if you change. Maybe they say things like, "Be more outgoing," or "Don't be so sensitive," or "Just adjust to me." And because you want things to work, you start to shape yourself into someone you're not. You hide your feelings. You pretend. You slowly erase the parts of yourself that don't fit their expectations. At first, it might seem like it's working. But over time, you start to feel lost, like you're disappearing. Has this ever happened to you? Jung would say that this feeling of loss isn't a mistake, it's your unconscious screaming. You're betraying who you are. And when you abandon your true self, your inner peace goes with it. Let's talk about authenticity for a minute, because this is at the core of what Jung wanted us to understand. Being authentic isn't just about being yourself. Like a cheesy motivational poster says, that it's much deeper than that. It's about living without masks. It's about refusing to twist yourself into someone you're not just to please others. But here's the catch. The modern world trains us to disconnect from that authenticity. Since childhood, we're taught to obey, to avoid conflict, to please. And over time, we lose touch with who we really are. Oh, you feel like you've lost that connection to yourself? If your answer is yes, you're not alone. Think about your dreams for a second, not the ones you have while sleeping. Jung loved those too. I'm talking about the dreams you used to have, the goals that once lit a fire in you. Maybe it was traveling the world, creating something meaningful, or simply living a life that made you feel truly alive. Where are those dreams now? If they've disappeared, ask yourself, who or what made you stop believing in them? Jung believed the people around us have a massive influence on our psyche, and if you're constantly near someone who doubts you or makes you feel small, your dreams get buried under layers of insecurity. But here's the good news. You can dig them back up. Let me share something personal. Years ago, I had a big dream. I wanted to build something that helped people, something like this very channel. But I was surrounded by people who, with good intentions, said things like, "That's too risky. Better stay where you are." And little by little, I started to believe them. My spark dimmed. My energy disappeared. Until one day, while reading Jung, I realized it wasn't really them. It was me allowing their noise to drown out my inner voice. When I finally let go of those influences, when I stopped needing their approval, my dream came back to life. Let me ask you, what dream of yours is waiting for you to set it free? Let's pause here. Take a breath. Look around you. Are you surrounded by people who inspire you to be more of who you are, or people who pressure you to be less? Because here's another truth Jung understood well. Your relationships shape your reality. If you're with someone who makes you question your worth, your unconscious picks up on that, and it sends you signals. That exhaustion you can't explain. Those fights that never really end. That quiet feeling that something's just off. What would happen if you dared to let go of those people? Letting go doesn't mean giving up. Let me be crystal clear about that. It's not throwing in the towel at the first sign of difficulty. It's recognizing when someone or something no longer belongs on your path. Jung called this the process of individuation, becoming who you truly are, and sometimes that means letting go of what holds you back, what keeps you tied to your past, what keeps you playing small. Imagine your life as a boat. If you keep carrying unnecessary weight, you'll never sail freely. What weight are you carrying right now that you could finally release? Let me be direct, because this is important. Some relationships in your life are meant to end. Yes, I said that. Not because you're broken, not because you didn't try, but because they're no longer aligned with your truth. And Jung would say that trying to force something that's already broken is like trying to fight the universe itself. How many times have you tried to fix something that keeps falling apart? How many times have you told yourself, this time will be different, only to find yourself in the exact same place again? That's not bad luck. It's your unconscious trying to tell you, this isn't meant for you. But here's the beautiful part. When you let go, you don't end up empty. You create space for something new. Have you ever noticed that when you finally walk away from a toxic relationship, someone suddenly appears who truly sees you? That's not magic. It's what Jung called synchronicity. When you align with your truth, the universe responds, the right people appear, the right opportunities show up, and life starts to feel alive again. Wouldn't you like to feel that? Let's talk about self-love for a second, because this is the core of everything. Jung believed that you can't truly love others until you learn to love yourself. And self-love isn't just repeating affirmations in the mirror. It's setting boundaries. It's choosing peace over chaos. It's being willing to be alone rather than staying with someone who hurts you. Are you loving yourself like that right now? Or, let me ask it another way. Are you staying in relationships that hurt you because deep down you don't believe you deserve something better? Think about it. Every time you say yes to someone who drains you, you're saying no to yourself. And your unconscious records that it sends you signals, anxiety, exhaustion, that sense that something just isn't right. But when you say no to what doesn't serve you, when you choose your peace over someone else's chaos, You send a powerful message to your inner world. I matter. I deserve to feel good. And that, my friend, is where healing begins. I want to give you a challenge today. Before this video ends, grab a piece of paper and write down 3 things or people in your life that you feel are holding you back. That don't overthink it. Just write what comes to mind first. Now, next to each one, write how you feel when you're around them. Drained, sad, small. That list is your map. Those are the hidden signs Jung would tell you not to ignore. What you choose to do with it is up to you, but I promise you, if you keep listening, you'll find your way. That you've made it to the final part of this journey. And if you're still here with me, it's because you're ready to close a chapter and begin a new one. Carl Jung didn't just give us theories, that he gave us a roadmap for transformation. And today, that map is in your hands. That we've talked about hidden signals, about your shadow, about the relationships that drain you, and the power of letting go. But now we go deeper. Let's talk about what happens when you decide to heal your inner world and start living from your true self. Because this doesn't end with letting go. It ends with being reborn. Take a moment and imagine what your life could look like if you gave yourself full permission to be you. Completely. No masks. No fear of judgment. No pretending. What would it feel like to wake up each day, no injury, living in harmony with your soul? Jung would say, that is fulfillment. That is the real purpose of life. Not having it all figured out, not being perfect, but listening to your unconscious, integrating your shadow, aligning your relationships and decisions with your true self. Are you ready for that? Let's pause and reflect. Think of a time in your life when you felt completely, unapologetically yourself. Maybe it was something small, like laughing without caring how you looked. Or something big, like making a decision that everyone questioned, but you knew was right for you. Can you remember that feeling? That's your compass. That's what Jung called the self, the center of who you are. And when you live from that place, everything changes. But to get there, you have to let go of everything pulling you away from it. Let's talk about the subtle signs now, because not all of them are loud. Sometimes your unconscious speaks in whispers, not shouts. Have you ever felt a strange pull towards something new? Maybe a place you dream of visiting, an idea that won't leave your mind, or a person who inspires you for no clear reason. Jung would say that's not random, that it's your unconscious showing you the way to grow. But following that path means taking a risk. It means leaving the familiar behind. Are you willing to take that step? Let me tell you something surprising. Not long ago, I felt pulled toward a video idea that didn't make sense, that IT wasn't what I should be doing. But I couldn't ignore it. My intuition kept whispering, do it. So I did. And it became one of my best videos, because it connected with people in a way I never expected. That's Jung's synchronicity in motion. When you listen to those quiet signs, life meets you halfway. What subtle signal are you ignoring right now? But let's be honest, this path isn't always easy. There will be dark days. Jung knew that better than anyone. That he said, there is no coming to consciousness without pain. And he was right. Healing your inner world means facing what you've been avoiding, the fears, the wounds, the voice that says, you're not enough. But here's the shift. That pain isn't your enemy, that it's your teacher. Every tear, every doubt, every breakdown is a doorway into who you truly are. What is your pain trying to teach you right now? Think of your life as a painting. Every relationship, every decision, a brushstroke. But sometimes you realize you've been painting with someone else's colors. Maybe the bold red of someone demanding too much, or the dull gray of a routine that numbs your soul. What would happen if you picked up the brush and started painting with your own colors? Jung would say, that's when your life becomes art. But to do that, you have to drop the brushes that don't belong to you. Let me be clear with you. The world needs you to be you. Yes, you, the one listening right now. Because when you live from your truth, you don't just heal your own life. You inspire others to do the same. Imagine the ripple effect if today you let go of a relationship that dims your light. If you chose to protect your energy, that if you dared to chase that dream you buried. You don't just change your story. You give someone else permission to change theirs too. That's powerful. Let's do one last exercise. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine releasing everything that's been weighing you down. That draining relationship, that fear that keeps you stuck, that belief that says you don't deserve more. Picture it all turning into smoke, lifting from your hands, rising into the sky, and disappearing. How do you feel now? Lighter, right? That's the power of letting go. And Jung would say, that empty space you just created, it's not the end, that it's the beginning, that it's where real life starts to bloom. So, what will you do today? Because this isn't just a video to listen to and forget, that it's a call to action. Before I end this message, I want you to make a decision. Just one. Choose one thing you're going to let go of to begin healing your inner world. Maybe it's a conversation you need to have, that a boundary you need to set, or a dream you're finally ready to chase. What will it be? Because change doesn't wait. It starts with you. Right here, right now. And here's my final invitation. If this message stirred something inside you, if it felt like Jung was speaking directly to you through these words, don't keep that to yourself. Go to the comments and tell me. What are you ready to release in your life? Starting today, your words won't just inspire me. They'll inspire this entire community we're building here. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, share it with them. Help this video reach that one person who's searching for answers. Because together, we can transform lives. Don't leave just yet. If you haven't subscribed, hit that button and turn on notifications. Every week, I bring messages like this one, created to awaken something real in you. To help you live from your truth. When you comment and share, you help this message reach the people who truly need it. This isn't just a channel, it's a movement, and you're part of it. Thank you for being here, for listening, for having the courage to grow. Life is full of possibility, and you have the power to choose how you live. I'll ask you one last time. Will you dare to heal your inner world? Do it, because the world needs more people like you, authentic, strong, and deeply connected to themselves. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, change begins with you. I'll be waiting. If this message spoke to you, don't ignore it. Maybe this was exactly what your soul needed to hear. A reminder that choosing yourself is not selfish. It's healing. It's strength. It's the first step toward a life where your peace finally matters more than pleasing others. So if you felt seen, understood, or awakened in any way today, don't keep this to yourself. Someone out there needs this just as much as you did. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to the channel if you never want to miss a moment of truth like this again. And turn on notifications so we can keep walking this path together. Because the moment you change, your whole life begins to change too.